I suppose it would be nice to see a bold change in this country now, to see if employers can just say now, work from home, so they reduce the size of their offices. It reduces the amount of people travelling all the time, it reduces the amount of cars on the road. It really would be nice, as I say, if a bold change could happen. A lot of people won't like it, and it probably would affect me in ways that I wouldn't like it, but it would be nice to see the government take this opportunity to change things, to make things simpler for us, to have less travel, to have less cars on the road, pedestrianise more of the West End, like Regent Street and Oxford Street. You know, it would reduce the amount of pollution. I've noticed it as someone with asthma. I breathe better when I wake up. There's a thing I heard on TV that the skies are bluer. I don't know if that's true, but if that is, I mean, they were lovely, it was great weather, but if that's making a difference, we should all appreciate that and look to try to hold on to it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, so what have you noticed then in terms of people working from home, or have you just, in terms of your own life and your own work?
Well, because of running the food banks, obviously initially, delicious on the road because you could get everywhere. I did carry on using my car and yes, that makes me a hypocrite in some ways, but there was no way I was going to use public transport. Also, we were being told, unless you're a key worker, don't use public transport. Okay, we were working a food bank, but I do and I don't see that as key working. It's what I've done for almost 9 years. It's what I'll carry on doing, hopefully, touch wood, for another 9, 10 years, whatever. But it does make life simpler. And when we don't have to go out, or when we have to really, really think about what we need at home, we do with less. And that can't be a bad thing. If we can live on less, if we can buy less stuff that we might chuck away, and especially when it comes to food. Until last week, Monday, I hadn't been to a supermarket since before the lockdown. I was quite happy with that. I'm lucky that I've got a few shops at the end of the road. I use them. I don't know, has this really taught us that we can do with less? Has this really taught us that we don't need to use our cars so much? That we don't need to use a public transport so much? That it is just making our life simpler?